Hello, welcome back to Fitness Friday with Johnny Tiger. This is April, April, April 8th, 2022. Now, my left hand is almost recovered, but still can't bear a massive amount of weight yet. So there's no push up, no punching stuff, no heavy stuff today. So this actually was suggested by Kitten, and I thought it was a great idea because so far we've done a lot of workout. We talked about water, we talked about sleep, but we have not really addressed breathing. And while some of us have been working out for quite a while, we take breathing for granted. Pretty much it just comes. You just do. It just happens. It's not something that we even think about. Uh, I have been asked about breathing often enough by students and people who I help and train that it is a legit concern. So, how do we breathe to maximize our performance in martial art, in fighting, in pushing us to our maximum, in our bench pressing and weightlifting and stuff like that? Um, it's not very complicated. First, I want to get you guys to commit this to memory. That is, generally speaking, there are exceptions, but for now, just memorize this. If your motion is going away from the core of your body, if you are pushing out, if you are spreading out, if you are reaching out, uh, anything that's opening up, okay, going outward, any outward movement, then you want to breathe out. We're going to do a little bit of Tai Chi here, just so you guys get the idea, okay? If I am doing butterfly press, okay, when I bring my arm in, I breathe in. When I arm go out, I breathe out. If I'm doing chest press, when my arm go out, I breathe out. When my arm come back in, I breathe in, right? If I'm doing push-ups, when I push upward, I breathe out. When I'm going down to the floor, I breathe in. Okay? Let's say my arm here is my body. Let's say I'm doing sit-ups. Okay? Just because if I lay down on the floor, you guys won't be able to see me. So let's say my arm is my body. Okay, this is my arm. This is me laying straight on the floor. I'm sitting up. Okay, if I'm sitting up, I breathe in. I lay down, I breathe out. So as you can see, anytime the motion is opening you up, pushing away from your core, you breathe out. Anytime the movement is pulling toward you, closing you in, uh, bringing your body closer to your core, then you breathe in. So that's the first easy thing to remember when you're working out. Breathe out when you are moving away from your core. Breathe in when you are moving in towards your core. Number two, remember that there's nothing wrong with mouth breathing when it's come to working out. In fact, it's almost necessary. It is necessary. Okay, a lot of time we hear people being criticized. Oh, so and so is a mouth breather. Okay, now some people they're mouth breathing because they might have sinus problem. Myself, for example, I have sinus issues. So a lot of time If I just focusing on breathing through my nose, only one nostril is working because usually one is plugged up or both is plugged up, and I have a hard time getting oxygen. So when you are working out, and this happened to a lot of us that have sinus issue, when you start to work out, it's almost impossible to breathe in through your nose because your nose start to plug up. So don't let that old adage of breathing through your nose and out through your mouth, don't let that fool you. When you're working out, especially when you're working out hard, then you have to breathe through your mouth. Now, some people may ask, why is like what exactly is the difference between breathing in through your nose and breathing in through your mouth? Breathing in through your nose, the oxygen actually flood your brain a lot faster and breathing in through your mouth. That is reason number one why, generally speaking, it is a good idea to breathe through your nose. And also, number two is if there's a lot of crap in the air, like dust and flying bugs and stuff like that, you definitely don't want to breathe in through your mouth. Okay, so breathing through your nose, less of a chance of something going down your throat or going into your lung. Okay? That is number two. And number three, of course, you if you just breathe through your nose, you don't have to open your mouth and you don't have to worry about someone smelling bad breath or anything like that. So that's number three. However, when you're working out, especially hard workout like boxing, running, and kickboxing, right? You need as much oxygen as you can get in your body as a short a time as it's possible, which means your two little nostril is going to get overworked. So remember that when you're working out, breathing through your mouth, it's okay, it's necessary because you need as much oxygen. You need the quantity. Right? You need the quantity. That is number two. Breathing through your mouth is okay. Don't worry about it. Number three, a lot of people ask me, so how fast should I breathe? How slow should I breathe? Should it be like every time I move, I should breathe? Or every time I do something, I should breathe? Or every time I do something, I should breathe twice or three times? How does it work? It's not so important as to how much you breathe, but how steady you breathe. So don't think about the amount or the how many times you have to breathe in, how many times you have to breathe out. Okay, don't think about that yet. For now, worry about how steady your rhythm is. Let me explain. A lot of people, when they first start learning how to run, why they gassed out really fast is they think their breathing have to keep up with their leg, which means when they're running, they're going, and you're not going to last very long when you do that, right? You're just uh you're flooding your body with way too much oxygen, more so than it can process. You're breathing too fast. You're stressing yourself out. You're stressing out your heart, stressing out your lung while you're trying to run. Okay? So when I am running, I try to count in my head. Okay? When I breathe in, I count three steps. When I breathe out, I count three steps. So let me do it nice and slow so you guys get an idea. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing the Darth Vader thing so you guys can get the rhythm. And if I have to speed up, that doesn't mean I speed up my breathing. That just means I move my legs more time. Like my breathing will try to stay the same. Like now, let's say I speed up. Just like that. Nice and control. Pace that breathing and keep that rhythm as much as you can. Of course, when you start to go really, really hard, then you have to speed up the breathing. But don't do it consciously. Let your body guide you. Okay, focus on keeping your rhythm the same as much as possible. Number four, focused breathing. Now, this is a little breathing method that we've been using in martial art. There are many, many breathing methods, different philosophies and methodologies in different martial arts. Uh, there's a lot of breathing exercises and methods you can find on the internet. I'm not going to say which one's right, which is wrong. A lot of them work for different people. Now, the one I'm about to show you, is what worked for me personally. It's a one in, four out method. One in, four out method. And how does this work? Is rather than in, out, in, out. Rather than doing that, I'm going to let my air out in four stages before I breathe in. So you're going to be in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay, try that on your own a few times. It's one long breath in and four breath out with three quick short one, and then number four you empty your lung and then you breathe in again. What is this good for? This is really, really good when you are getting stressed out, when you're lifting something really heavy and you feel that you might drop it. You know, when you are doing so many push-ups and you feel you can't hold another push-up, you can't do another push-up. When you are doing plank for so long that you can't do another plank, you can hold another 2 seconds. Then start doing this one in, four out breathing. Focus on your rhythm. Okay, a lot of time when I am working out, when I'm so tired and I can barely move, I stop thinking about how tired I am. I start focusing on in. That is a little mental fortitude exercise that will help you push past when you feel that you have reached your limit. And there's no rocket science behind it. All it really is you're holding your breath in long enough for your blood, for your body to process the oxygen, but you're also at the same time not holding your breath in completely. You're letting out the things that you need to get rid of, your body need to get rid of in a very controlled burst. At the same time, your brain is focusing on this very weird pattern of breathing, so you're not thinking about how tired you are. Last but not least, not every time you breathe in, you need to breathe out. Not every time you breathe out, you need to breathe in. Okay? Learn to separate that, learn to control your entire breathing. A lot of time when I tell people, especially when we are doing MMA or boxing, I said, I want to hear you whistle or hiss every time you punch. So a lot of time people start going, okay, and then after 30 seconds, they're dizzy, they're tired out. What's going on? Because they are breathing in every time they breathe out. They go, right? They start something like a squeaky toy. That's not how you do it. Okay? If you want to breathe properly and not gas out when you're punching or kicking or running, learn to let the breath out in controlled bursts so you don't need to take an intake every time. So it should be like, okay? I only breathe in when I finally run out of air. I don't breathe in every time I let something out, and I don't let all my breath out at once. Actually, I said that was the last thing. There's one more item. You want to hiss your breath out between your teeth. Keep your mouth narrowly closed when you breathe out. Don't don't huff it because whenever you huff, you that's when you start irritating your throat. That's when all the air is expelled out of your lung, and you're going to find that you start gassing out really quickly. So keep your mouth relatively relaxed, like you're whistling. Leave a little bit of a gap so air can come out. So when you're breathing, it should be sucking in, hissing out, sucking in. So when you come out, it should have that shishing noise, and it should not sound like. Okay? If you sound like that, you're the wrong way to breathe. Okay? I know this is quite a bit to take in, but uh, maybe try a few of these things and see if it does help you improve your working out. We'll be back again tomorrow for some survival Saturday. For now, have a good night.